What's good, everybody? Hope y'all are doing well and staying safe. Actually, don't think I set up the key binding for my mute. Actually, I did. Like that is a problematic. We're gonna add control into that. There. Hold on. Okay. Alright. I think we are all set up now. Are we set up? Yeah, we're good. Okay. So currently what we are working on, show you all here. Give this an hour. There we go. Okay. So currently what we're working on is the library right now, and what we're doing is just polishing it up, kind of making it look a little bit more presentable. It's all base assets still, but I want it to just look as clean as possible so that when I put in all the actual assets that Danny draws, it, you know, looks more full to it. But so far we have the ability to spawn enemies. You can create your own buffs and everything like that, set them to whatever values you want and everything. Right now what I have to do with those is actually, instead of the direction going outwards like this, we're going to have it going downwards. And that's before I actually had it in a straight line, just because I was just, ow, that hurt. I hit my hand on my, what's it called, mic stand. But yeah, we had it going outwards first because I had everything lined down here, and that was just so I could get the idea of what everything was going to look like. So we'll be switching that over and everything so that it looks more presentable, and then we'll get this kind of all cleaned up and everything throughout tonight. But that's what we're currently working on. Right now, what I just finished doing before I did go live, if I remember correctly, was just setting up these two right here. Yeah, which is just... okay. So, next after that, what we're gonna go ahead and do... This is where I was trying to decide what I was gonna do. I didn't know if I wanted to actually draw the text on here, or if I wanted to actually have objects that would be actually hold everything. I think I'm going to go with objects holding everything and see if I can figure out how to have it so as you actually add the buffs here, it'll add them down here. Or I guess I could have it so that it would be present the whole time, which I guess if we had it present the whole time, we could end up removing all these values in here and then just having them visually presented over here. Because it would be a little bit redundant at that point, more or less. I guess what I could do is, while this would be active, I can hide these things over here, and then when this is no longer active, and you pull yourself back to this main menu part, then you'll have your overview. And then we can add the overview for the enemy spawns and what you're going to be encountering against and when you set their level and all that. For anyone that doesn't know, the library is essentially where you're going to be doing a lot of testing from, heavily inspired off of Warframe Simulacrum, but more to what I actually wanted it to be. You'll be able to scale the enemy level based off of how far you get into Endless. You'll actually have what mob cap is in the endless missions you'll be playing in, and you'll be able to create your buffs exactly as you want. It doesn't actually depend off of the level or anything that you have access to, so that you'll know better what you can, what you're going to be planning for in the future and such. Okay, so we'll go ahead and work on that, I guess. So we'll get these separated to when you click on here, these disappear here, but we'll keep, I guess maybe these to stay, and then we'll make a main menu button in the center. Or we could just put it over here. I mean, either or, it really doesn't matter. And then have the option to go between like that. That's where I was mainly trying to figure out on that. Well, let's just screw around right now. We'll make objects for everything, and we'll figure that out as we go along with it. Player stats. Do we want to put it in player stats, or do I want to make a new folder for it? Yeah, I guess we'll just make a whole nother one for it right now. So if I end up not liking it, then it'll make it easier to get rid of. We'll call it display stats, I guess. I can't spell to save my life tonight. Drop that into here. Actually drop this right here like that. And let's go ahead and create an object. What are we gonna call this one? We'll just call it object stat 1, I guess. Because what I'm maybe gonna try and do... No, I think that's just not gonna make any sense. I think I'm thinking too extravagant with it, in the sense of it's just completely unnecessary and it's gonna be convoluted. Okay. Okay, I know what we'll do. So draw color there, text alignment, and text font. Pull our fonts over. This is why I like visual coding. It saves so much typing. It saves such an extraordinary amount of typing. I'll tell you that much. There are some parts where it kind of gets a little inconvenient, but overall they've done a decent job on it. This will be going upwards, so I'm gonna scroll this down a little. Okay. Let's see. We'll go ahead and take you out. Let's see, stat name. I guess we'll go ahead and pull these up. Okay, they're already open. Alright, let's just go ahead and save that, pull up a new workplace here. Just to make this easier on where everything is. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll bring our list back up. And since we're transferring these values, we're going to go ahead and open up all these so we can have access to the draw event in each one. And this will make it so that we can guarantee we're getting the correct variables. Well, I will take this off here. I want to leave it blank there. Leave it blank for right now while we're messing around with things, and then when we are ready to, what's it called? When we're ready to... ready to make our final decisions, and we can edit things around. This isn't going to really do anything. Okay, so we're gonna need to come in here real quick. I think, are you in clickables? Where are you? Is it display info for list? Yeah, okay. And I think that was you, right? Yes, that was you. Okay, and then we're gonna bring you... Guess we could start you right here. Okay, let me just see what that looks like so far. Let's just see what that looks like. Okay, so there's our 2 there. Okay. Yeah, and then we could just draw downwards. And we just minus the Y on each draw event. Should make it relatively easy then. Can more or less do that. Where's the top here? We're at 14. Let's go up to 1,000 here. Actually, we really don't need it that far up. Do that at 14, and then we'll go ahead and bring these down here. Not what I wanted. That goes there. Okay, grab those. We'll bring these down here. I think the black box is around here. I just want to get a reference point of where this thing is so that I can place off of it easier. Because then I can place that other object there for the list. And then we can start creating off of that. Okay, yeah, I was pretty close. I was pretty close. I'm going to come over just a tiny bit. We're going to come down, over, and then that should do it. Oh, anyone wondering, that's not actual FPS. That's more of like a CPU read, if you will. Yeah, I thought that would be perfect. It's more of like a CPU read. Essentially, if that number goes under 60, for how I have the game set up right now, then the game starts like skipping reads and everything like that. So that's why I just leave that up for testing purposes, so that I can make sure that for my computer, it's going to still work properly and everything. And I pretty much have a target FPS that I go for, which for this PC is around 200. And then for my really bad PC that I have, that I can't even stream off of anymore, or use as a host PC, that one I shoot for 100 on that one. And it just makes it so that any PC it's played on, it runs really smooth and steady for them. Okay, so we have our bases here, so we're going to go ahead and move this down, and then we can figure things out from there. I think we're going to increase the size of this thing, because it's invisible regardless. It's just going to make it easier for me to click. Oh, lordy. I'm getting tired of zooming in like that. I kind of like that as a starting location there. Alright, let's see here. We'll set that up like that. Bring this up here. We're going to want these, and then we can copy them. I'm going to go ahead and bring them up. And then we'll set this one down to bottom, and we'll just call this damage. Oops. Okay. That needs to come over a little more. Did that get affected by the size of it? I'm actually curious if that right. Let me see. Oh my god, my wrist is not working right now. Hold on here, actually. I know what I need to do. One second. What that? Bro, I did Control-Shift-P. How does that open something? Jesus, 1 second. Okay, that should be better. I needed something for my wrist. Alright, let's see here. Okay, let's see if that actually did make a difference though. I'm curious. Please let me know for future reference. A little quick test on that, just to see. Ah, there we go. It does change it. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, we'll leave it at that size because I like where it is currently. Okay, and then we can just open you into here like this. Open you like that. And I guess essentially what we could do is we just come over here like this, do that, and copy that, and clear that, and then jump back over here. We should be able to do that. And then what, minus text size is 32. We'll probably go large. I probably should go larger than that. It was kind of hard to read. But anyways, let's just my math is correct here. Minus 45, let's say. Interesting. I don't know why that didn't come over. Attack speed, okay, and minus 90. Let's just see if my math is correct. And we'll go from there. We may have to make a new font size. I'm kind of wanting a bigger font size. Okay, why didn't you minus? Is it? Oh, I bet it has to do with text alignment. I'm screwing out up with text alignment. Is that doing it? Maybe we do a center text alignment, and then that'll go off of that. Well, maybe we don't want text alignment because we are aligning the text ourselves. That might be the play. Oh, that means we're gonna, okay. So if that works as it should there, we should see the other ones down, but the damage will be overlapping itself. Yeah, okay, so we have an idea now of what's going on. Okay. Alright. And we needed to do plus, not minus. The y-axis. You want to go down, not up. Let's see here. Okay, so we do you there, and then we'll add 45 was actually a good one there. 45 was actually good. And that'll just be really easy math. Just go through, do that. And that'll be good visual displays for that, and we can kind of adjust things from there on the rest of it. I just want to make sure this looks good before I start doing the rest of the text. Yeah, we can go a little bit further. Separate them out just a tiny bit more. So something like a 60 or so. Okay. So what we can do is I want to come over to this font here. I want to duplicate it. And we're gonna do this one at 72. And we'll call this text font 72. Okay, things should look really weird now, but at the same time it'll be fine. Why is that black? Oh, I paneled? What is my panel? Hold on here. What is that key binding? What are you doing, OBS? Can we talk about it? Or oh no, what's that scene trend? Oh, legit, just wait. Oh, I accidentally hit F2? Oh, F2 to rename. Oh boy, we gotta get rid of that. Okay, get rid of that one, get rid of that one, get rid of that one, and that one. I'm trying to figure out the confliction, like my key bindings that are going to conflict between Gamemaker and the streaming software. So it'll be a learning process, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it. My bad there. Okay, so yeah, that looks a lot better. That looks better. Maybe go a little smaller with it. Go from 72 to 55. We'll do 55. Okay, you should adjust. Good. And then we'll just get this lined out. It's gonna look really sloppy until the final assets are in, because I don't make good assets. There's a reason why my girl does the art. I just sit on paint.net and make rectangles. I can make you a mean rectangle with the tool. I like that. I like that. I like that font size. We're gonna probably just slowly make an entire conversion over to this 55 for it, for everything. Alright, let's just go ahead and do our mass switch over here. We'll do crit next. Take that, grab that. Get rid of that. Oh, actually, we want to keep this up first like this. Because the reason why last time you saw the value not copy over is because for some reason on this engine, if you delete, like we just copied that there, but if we delete this and then we paste, you see how it'll clear the value? So you have to make sure you do that appropriately. Okay, so let's see here, 180. Let's just make this easier. A calculator was made for a reason. A calculator was literally made for a reason. Alright, and we'll just see what this looks like and essentially see if I like the look of it. And let's see. Because this will be a fair bit lighter on, at least from how I can gather this engine runs, this will be a fair bit lighter on it overall. What do we have here? Give me that. And next. Is that correct? Yes, that was correct. And next one. And yeah, I decided just to not worry about the other ones for right now, in order mainly just to save myself time overall. Because if I have to remove it, I have to remove it. There's no purpose to also remove those values. It's not going to really do anything. I can visually see what it's going to look like in my head without it, so it's not really an issue. So we have these values will update as you add the buffs themselves. So you'll be able to see, and then the levels will or your soul levels required will automatically update as well. All of that's already built and everything. Right now, like I said, we're just mainly trying to, before we add in the assets and everything that we want, or once Danny's done drawing them, then we're just trying to get everything done before that to kind of look as visually, aesthetically pleasable as possible. We'll still, you know, taking into account the fact that there's absolutely currently terrible assets being used. If I can make myself, you know, pretty happy with that, then I know with everything else it's going to look a lot better when we have the finalized product. And currently what we're doing is we are in this space here, just from this thing, pulling our way down and having the stats just list themselves out. Made sure my spacing was correct on what I wanted to do, and now just adding in the numbers themselves. I'm going to see if we want this or if I want something different in the way of how I want this to be coded for the display. And where and such like that. This also may end up going off screen, but I'm not 100% on that. I don't think it should. We're anywhere near that. I forgot what I made the height. No, we should be plenty fine. I just looked at the room size. We should be plenty fine. Oh, I just did a Jesus Lord. That would have been a confusing one right there. Give me 1 moment here. Okay. This is dodge around. Oh, we finished. Good. Awesome. That didn't take long. Good. Alright, let's see what this looks like. I figured that wasn't going to take too long. And yes, you can also run to the library if you so want to. Okay, so base idea of that is looking good. We need to figure out the spacing a bit better. 45 is not enough, so let's see what we did. 55. So let's do 75 on the spacing, I guess. which is a very quick adjustment, but so far the concept of that looks okay. Before we continue further, I guess what we can do is we can just do this. Okay, that seems to be working good. Yeah, okay, cool. Mechanically, it still all works fine. We just need to have it visually look better. And yes, I did realize that that went out overwards, or over. We're going to be adjusting all that to go downwards instead. For all of these boxes here, where are we at? All these here. What's going to happen when you click on them, instead of going outwards like that, they're going to go down. And we'll be adjusting that in time. We're just going to be working on this first, and then I'll be working on adjusting that. And we'll kind of look at everything together and see what I want to do. Alright, so let's start ourselves off at a baseline here. We'll say 75. It is 745, that is not 75. Can I just... oh, thank you. Good. You just saved me so much time. I don't have to bother with the fact that my hands are terrible. Okay. Slow? Okay. Could I have just taken my pause menu? No, my pause menu was slightly different on the spacing because it was a different map size. I just thought to myself, I was like, maybe I could use my pause menu from in-game, but I realized like the size of the map is vastly different. So, did I code the second mission in? I'd have to, it's whatever. It's probably a shortcut to it all. There's always a shortcut to it all. I just don't know it yet. How you doing though, Marco? On keyboard. Wait, what are you referring to? There is a bit of a delay between where I'm at currently on talking and then where you might be at with the stream, so. Alright, that should work there. But no, more what I was saying was I was trying to think if I had adjusted things over here on my second mission for the pause menu or not. I don't remember. Meaning for the actual map size itself. Because the first mission itself actually is a smaller map size than what the library map size is. Alright, let's see what that looks like just real quick. That's about what I thought the spacing would look like. I think I want it just a tiny bit more, though. But in concept, that's good. That's good in concept. We'll leave it like that just for right now, and then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go ahead and fix up all this. And so we'll do next. Alright, so I like that. Save that out. Let me close that. Let me open up a new workspace just to make this easier. One of these. I guess I could have just stayed over here. Okay. First thing first, I wanted to come over here. We can get rid of those, and we'll do a center. What's good, Goose? How you doing? And let's just, so we can get this figured out really quickly. Never made a game for you, want to learn Unreal Engine soon? Unreal Engine, I hope you have a really good computer. My PC actually crashes using Unreal Engine. And the one thing I definitely want to say is, if you're going to use Unreal Engine, you probably heavily want to look into optimization and how to do it. Because that thing has that engine has a tendency to like really overheat graphics cards if you don't know how to do optimization on it. My biggest recommendation would be either like Godot, Unity, or Gamemaker. Gamemaker's really nice for actually introductory coding. It helps you, it's not so much going to help you like develop languages for later because it uses its own custom language, but what it's really going to help you do is develop the logic mindset that you're going to need when you go into coding with other languages. It's not an extremely powerful engine or anything like that, but it is a very good engine and it can get done pretty much anything that you really need. It's just its biggest lack or the biggest downfall is ability to optimize the way you could and have like the GPU and CPU controls and everything like that, which is slowly changing. It is slowly changing. They are working on a new beta right now that's going to give us a lot more GPU controls, which I'm pretty excited about. So I'm hoping that it'll lead me having a higher mob count for mob count max. Just grinding Shudu parts right now. Oh, that's a joy. Doing well though, doing well. Slowly working away on what is, it's heavily inspired off of Warframe Simulacrum. And you'll be able to spawn mobs here at the mob cap of the actual game. The mob level at which you can spawn mobs off of will scale off of your endless mission progress, so the further you get in endless missions, the higher you're going to be able to spawn mobs in here to test off of. And you'll also be able to, for your buff system, make yourself any buff that you want. It doesn't matter what your actual current soul points are. And you'll be able to see how many soul points you need so that you know what you're going to need to grind for and everything like that. And right now we're just kind of making it look a little bit more visual presentable before we throw in our final assets. And just making sure all the logic works correctly and all that kind of stuff. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take these and we're going to move these around just a little bit so that we can figure out our XY placements in the way of the distance between them, and it'll make it easier, not so much XY, but the Y placements, and then we can come in here and edit these Y placements here instead of these X, and this will make it so I can just easily copy and paste in the numbers, and I can just have two calculators open to have those values held. So we'll go ahead and come under here like this. And we'll say we want it. Is that 20 pixels? We'll say 20 pixels, just a little tiny bit of a gap, and that should allow us to we'll grab this one down here too, just so I don't screw up on the other things too much. And let me hide enemy selection. 20, 20. But yeah, Marco, a big reason why I don't use Unreal Engine is because of how performance demanding it is, and I'm nowhere near refreshed enough on coding to even begin to want to work on that end of optimization, on how much it needs to be done in that engine itself. It's why First Descendant runs PC so hot, is because it's not optimized well. But, I mean, thankfully, I mean, all that really is just a matter of time for them to figure out what they need to do. So that's not really a terrible thing at the end of the day. I can't run First Descendant on my PC, though. My GPU was cooking. Oh boy, that poor thing was cooking. Alright, so let's go ahead. Let me click on this one here. And we'll have the first calculator open. So we have a Y of 7. Actually, hold on. Just so I have a positive number here. 1022 minus 787.25. And then this one is at 1257. Oh my lord, my hands are so twitchy sometimes. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it was 1257. Very good. And then minus 787.25. And there, okay. So I have my two values. Let's go ahead and move these things back. That's crit damage. That one goes here. Like that. This one. Like that. Couldn't do optimization, barely know how to code. You don't even know how to program. It looks like on a, yeah. It's a whole different field. I mean, it's why DE, I don't know if they currently do it still, but it's one of the reasons, it's probably a big part of the reasons why DE outsourced their optimization at one point. Which I will say was one of the best decisions they had made at that current point in time. So I don't know if they still do it or not, but... Okay, so smaller number will be top, larger number will be bottom. Okay. But yeah, Gamemaker is a really nice, easy way to start learning how to program, I can honestly say. This engine has been the easiest for me to learn out of any engine that I've ever used, or any line of programming and everything. It's been really easy to use. It's, and they do have more than just visual coding. Like, if you wanted to, you could have a, here, let me just make a test object for y'all. I choose to use visual coding because it saves a significant amount of typing, but there are some things that you won't be able to use it for, but it's very few and far between. I really haven't found anything. So like here, we can just, let's see, make a draw event here, and then convert over. And then when you reopen it up, you have just a normal looking one where you can type in your code and everything. And you're able to adjust that to not pop up every time and have to do that convert over and everything in the settings. You can have it as a default option to either have visual code pop up, or a default option to have regular code pop up. Sounds good, Goose. Feel free. Well, I mean, they do use an engine. They just made their own engine. It's still an engine at the end of the day. But yeah, I agree. Now, let's just copy that whole thing there. I do wish I had the time for that. One day. One day. One day. One day. Alright, let's just see what that looks like baseline. It's a huge task though. Especially if I was to do it as solo. It's a huge, huge task solo. Yeah, that looks good. Looks good. That looks good. Okay. Okay, I don't like that, so... Okay, so we're gonna fix that. Because what we should be able to do... Okay, yeah, let me fix that here. Where did I have that escape at? Are these in here in the upgrades? Yes. Oh, actually, wait, no, we don't need this in this one. This would be in... here. We can do character stats, if escape. And then we say... if... let's say instance exist. And for the object, I'll just copy... I believe this was the parent I want. Equals false. Okay, let's see, that should work. That should work, and that should... Now when we hit escape, if we have one of those... If we have any of the values up, it should just remove those values, instead of completely clearing the buff creation. So that still works good. Yep, perfect. Perfect. Now we don't have to worry about that. Boom, boom. Awesome. Good. Good. Little thing I just wanted to fix there as I saw. Little thing. We have to be really good. Yeah, I'm not. I'm about 5 months back into coding after a 15-year, 15-year break. We ain't there yet, homie. I still feel like I'm getting my feet wet at this point. Okay, so we have that part done there. So let's go ahead and keep working on everything else. Alright, so this looked good there. We have our values. Let's go ahead and just go through. C++. I actually, when I was 14 or 15 years old, I cracked I kind of emulated World of Warcraft and made my own private server so that I could learn coding. There wasn't really many options back in the day, so that's how I learned how to code, was having my own private server that I just ran off my own internet for myself and had back-end access and just messed around. Read their code, learned how to do other things, met other people from other private servers, they taught me coding and everything. But yeah, C++. One of the biggest reasons why I started with this engine, not only because their business practices are the best that I've seen, but I do want to do tutorials on how I do everything here. Like once I'm finished with the game more or less, and I'm in a comfortable spot to be able to do a full tutorial, I'll do an entire full series where I'll be teaching every segment of like all the different things that I've created for the game and how I did it, so that anybody that wants to learn how to code video games and everything like that can have at least a nice little basis to start off of with a engine that isn't too complicated. Because going with things with like Unity and such like that will feel overwhelming for your first coding experience. It'll feel like you're doing a lot. You have to type a lot more than you should have to. A lot of that. But that's just kind of the reality of C++ and C# and such. How does it work to make your own private server? I don't know how it works nowadays, to be honest with you. I have no clue. I don't even know if any of the tools that I used to use are even in service anymore. I highly doubt it. I mean, I used Cheat Engine at one time, but yeah. Would I recommend to do it nowadays? No, most game engines are free. There's really no purpose to. There's literally no purpose. Just back in, like, you know, we're talking in the early 2000s. So. Talking like 2006, 2007 type deal. There really wasn't much to have back in the day. But I think it would be better for you to choose an engine that you want to learn with, and then slowly learn with that engine. And you'll naturally become a lot more proficient than if you like hack a game, essentially, or like emulate a game so that you can have back-end access. Just my opinion behind it. Yeah, and then we also used, I know a few things that still do exist, like Hamachi. Hamachi still exists, which is what I use to host the server itself. And I know Heidi SQL probably still exists. I mean, but that's what we also used as well. I used Heidi SQL, and I mean, believe it or not, Notepad. I learned how to code off of Notepad. Would I recommend learning how to code off of Notepad? No. There's plenty of tools out today. I would probably save yourself an immense amount of headache. I mean, there was other tools out back in the day too, but I mean, oh man. Don't you just port forward your IP? No, back in the day, how we had to do it was that we created a server off of Hamachi using our IP, and then we would use that IP as the server connection, and this way it would help, like, mask your IP if you wanted to, like, bring friends on and stuff like that for testing and everything. So that's why we used Hamachi. Because then we can give other people and all that. It was one of the ways that I learned how to like code and everything. If I met someone on a different private server or on retail or something like that, I could give them my actual IP address for the server with the Hamachi server, and then they could jump on, and I could actually have, you know, other people there for testing and everything. I don't know if you could I don't know if you could change your realm list over to just your IP address in World of Warcraft and actually do that. I don't know. Because you don't even need a cracked version of World of Warcraft to join a private server. Speaking of private servers, I find it wild that I've gotten YouTube ads for private servers in World of Warcraft. I find that shit wild. I found COD carrying services on there and everything, and I'm just like, what even is this? What even is this? That's painful, Goose. That's painful. Well, hopefully since you complained about it, you'll get it. within like the next 2 runs. Hopefully you'll get what you need. I don't know. Yeah, Marco, more or less. But you don't really have to hack the source code in World of Warcraft to do that. You can actually, like, in the World of Warcraft file itself, there is a unencrypted file called Realm List, and you can open that file up and change what IP it directs to. You don't need anything, like, special. But as for how I got back-end access, that's a little different story there. But as for connecting to a private server itself, no, it's extremely easy to do on World of Warcraft. At least as far as I know, it's still unencrypted. Back when I mean, we're talking 2000, yeah, early 2000s type deal. It was all unencrypted and stuff like that. You just need the barrel? Jesus. That's painful. How are you looking at from the overall percentages on the wiki? Like, are you still okay? Or are you starting to fall into that very small percentage of players? No one likes to get there. No one likes to get there. Well, no, the server, the Hamachi server is your own server. It's just a masked IP, is essentially what it is. Yeah, it's just an IP masker. It's kind of like how StarCraft does everything for their server, or for their, what's it called? For their multiplayer, which is, it's peer-to-peer, but it connects through a server to obfuscate the IP addresses. But it's still peer-to-peer. I don't know if they still do it like that, but I recall listening to Thor and him saying they used to do it like that. So essentially what it is just a server that holds IP addresses, and then it obfuscates them more so that the end user is a little bit more protected. It's 1% for all. You've been doing this for 5. Oh, Jesus. You know, I haven't played Warframe in a while. I kind of forgot, like, how painful their weapon grinds can be. It seems sometimes the weapon grinds are actually worse than the Warframes. The Warframes can be really bad, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, I just always feel the weapons have been worse. I am about to disable you, but I don't want to at the same time because you save me so much time. The little pop-up thing is what I'm talking about. What is this? Oh, it just doesn't. The point. I was gonna see if I could double-click that and just have a little bit of a faster time with this and not have to deal with my wrist spasming on occasion. Hey Baker, have you been just ask yourself this, Baker, here really quick. Have you been doing the second code on all these? Have you been doing the second one? Huh? This one's done, right? Okay, this one's done. I don't feel like I've been doing the second one. Nice. You see, when you have the other lines of code that are more or less bug preventions, you know, your debugging code from what your original code should have looked like, or that gets added on to the original. Yeah, that whole thing. Okay, so what we're gonna do with those then, to save myself a little bit of time here, is we're just gonna paste them like that. And then we'll get rid of the ones that have the... Okay, Y, and then here's XX. Okay. And then we'll get rid of those too. And then that'll make this a little bit faster while we go through. Well, we could just take these two, we can delete like that, save ourselves a little bit more time. And then we do that, to that, and then that. Okay, and then that, to that. Oh, son. What are you doing? Hey, where else did you do that? Oh, lordy. Okay, and that's got to destroy. Good, good, good. Okay, so there's an X. There's a Y. So this is where we left off. Yeah. Is Haro, especially spy, or Haro spy mission? Is Haro just generalized spy mission, or was that Lua? I don't remember. I know it's Ivara is Lua. You just needed the barrel for 5, yeah, man, yeah. You'll get it, you'll get it. I don't know what else to tell you, unfortunately. That's the most unreassuring thing I think I can give you, but, you know, you'll get it. Oh, that's painful. That really sucks. RNG is a cruel mistress like that, though. Sometimes she blesses you, other times you are SOL. And is the cruel mistress that is RNG. Infested one where you have to save opera. Oh, never mind. Yeah, that one is actually annoying. Okay. My brain was like, isn't it just a normal spy mission or something? I kind of remember something weird with it, but... Yeah. That's the saving grace, is when a prime comes out. Then it's just MR fodder is the only reason why you have to bother with getting it. Which then at least it's more of like a choice. Kuva spy in rotation. See, oh, thank you. That okay. No, Kuva spy is not bad, man. Actually, no, Kuva spy is not bad. I didn't think Kuva spy was bad. I mean, it's awkward a little, but no, I don't think it's too bad. Damn, not even saying good luck. Bro, you already been at it for 5 hours. I feel like that'd be empty words. Like it fail every time. It's a learning process, man. It's a learning process. Who do you use, actually? Who do you use as a frame for it? Like, who have you spent learning? Because, if you go in with low-key and a sprint build with bullet jump you know, momentum or parkour velocity. Like, you can learn it pretty quickly there. Especially with ciphers. Especially with ciphers. There was a good, what was the guide I watched on YouTube? There was a really good guide I watched. It was a really good guide. Kula Spy Mission Guide. It was a really, really good guide I watched. It has disappeared from existence. Yeah, that thing is not. I mean, there is a shortcut mission that was 7 years ago. First vault. Where is this? What is this? With low-key, but even then you didn't like it? Oh, okay. Well, okay. So you're saying you can do it, but you just don't enjoy it. No, that's understandable. I can't say I enjoy it, but as for, like, if it's not an issue for me to do or not, it's not. Like, that's not a problem. But yeah, as for if it's a spy mission, like, that I enjoy doing, no. I like all the OG spy missions more than anything. I think all of those. Should be finishing up here. We should be finishing up. Like, I'd say Grenier are probably my favorite. I love Grenier tiles, or Grenier spy missions. They're really enjoyable. They are just the epitome of chill when it comes to a spy mission. Especially like on Saturn or something like that. Like, oh man, it's so nice. As long as you're decent with the close quarters. Yeah, I'm not familiar enough with Lewis Spy, but yeah, I don't even enjoy. I've done it a few times, but I've never enjoyed it, and that's why I'm not familiar with it. I actually don't like that one at all. All right, let's see what this looks like. Boom, boom. There we go. That looks better. Okay, so we just need to move that one down a little. Oh no, dodge. Oh no. This is dodge. There. That should work now. You always get lost in Lewis Spy. Yeah, I hear you on that, man. I hear you on that there. Yeah. For me, the one that always screws me up is the one where you gotta jump between the blocks and everything in the air. There we go. Okay, let's see here. Yep, everything up looks like it updated correctly. Let's make sure this value is down correctly. Perfect. Awesome. That's looking good. It's looking good on a baseline concept. Cool. And then we hit escape again. Good. Okay, so what we can do now is maybe we'll just leave that right there. And then we can start working on why you don't want to work. Interesting. We could start working on that enemy spawn a little bit more, and what I want to do that besides look at this and figure out why the hell that didn't want to work. Oh. You know, it would help if you actually activated the damn layer. I forgot to reactivate it way back. You know, because, like, I'm here. Okay. Boom. Alright, good. Okay. So what we could start doing there is working on this. If y'all want to just have a baseline idea, kind of what things look like here. Ooh, okay, little bug there I gotta figure out. Alright, good to know. Good to know. But yeah, if y'all want to see just kind of what things look like here. Nothing should break on the spawn here. We can set enemy level, set it up to 500, and then we'll spawn enemies. Okay, so we got oh ho ho ho, looks like something bugged. Alright, we'll figure that out there coming up soon. I don't know what we'll do, but we'll figure it out. Okay. Is that taking damage? That looks like taking... Oh, that's because I didn't code anything when I die. I didn't code anything when I die. So what happens is my actual display... That'll be fixed when I come out. But what was happening there... I'll show you. Is this right here, is because my health went below 0, it flips it upside down. And when it flips it upside down, it then makes it increase in size. Like here, I'll show you in a baseline here. Enemy spawns. We'll spawn 20, 20, and 20, 20. And we'll deal with that shitty looking bug for right now, and we'll add a 20 to movement speed? 6, yeah. Looks good to me. And let's go ahead and spawn enemies. This will hide, but I just haven't programmed that in yet. But are we gonna have to increase the mob level? Oh god, we're gonna have to increase the mob level. There we go. Alright, come back in here. We'll do, I guess, like 20. Okay. You hurry up and... Okay. You guys gotta go higher. We'll do 100, I guess. And yeah, when you interact with this, it'll despawn all the enemies for you. The room will look... The room... Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now he's done. Now, as you'll see here, in a moment, it'll actually flip when my health hits 0. And then you'll see it start growing bigger, and that's, like I said, because I haven't coded anything in there to actually happen when I die yet. As you can see there. That's why it got so big and weird looking. So as you can see, my party members are gone completely and all of that. But yeah. So that's what happened there. At least I know. At least I know. But yeah, as you can see, baseline concept of what everything looks like. Now, let's go ahead and fix that really quick here. Was it interactables? Was it interactables? Spawn button. There we go. I'm gonna move this out. It doesn't need to be in there. Okay, let me pull up this. And then we can have... And then... That should just secure that. Generally, if I find a bug while I'm doing things, I'll just stop what I'm doing and try to fix that bug really quick before I forget about it. Unless I'm, like, really trying to be focused in what I'm doing, then that's a different story. I'll usually write it into a notepad afterwards or something. I know we still gotta do this reset one afterwards for when we have the buff creation, but we're gonna fix this first. There we go. Okay, that looks better. Okay. And the next thing that I wanted to do was the resets, which were... Where were you? And why were you an issue? Where did I put the... I could have sworn the resets... Oh, maybe I'm spawning them on the clickables instead of enemy selection. We're probably going to need to switch the coding to spawn on enemy selection. Enemy spawn. That's reset, dumbass. Ah, these are what we needed. Correct. Yeah, that's right where I'm at here. Before, I actually used to have all of this on one screen, in the sense of the buffs and the player enemies, and the enemy spawns, and all of this, like everything was all on one screen when I had first made it, and I didn't like how that looked at all. So I'm working my way into making it look better. So now I'm trying to figure out, it's like, what did I miss? Oh, I missed this part. I'm going back. We got it. Luckily, it's all just minor things to change, so it's not too big of a deal, thankfully. Oh yeah, there was one thing I wanted to do here before we do this. There we go. I forgot to make that pin message. But yeah, I'm not running ads while I'm actually here, and whenever I do take my breaks, I will be running ads. This way you guys don't have any ads, well, you know. We're actually sitting here and everything. It'll be faster for you to type the code. It's not so much faster, it's less painful for me. Because of my carpal tunnel. That's the main thing for me. What do we do there? If over max, what? Unable to convert string to float. Really? That's interesting. Why couldn't you convert string to float? What are you doing? What are you doing there? What are you doing there? Let's see, what is that one? Right? Yeah. And what are we doing here? If count over? I think it's my step. here, if greater... That's interesting. So what couldn't you convert? Did I mess up there? That's what I was looking for. That's simple. Very, very simple. So what that was doing was, because this thing was set to only read to 400 and not what the actual max spawn cap was, when I went over it, it threw the whole system for a loop. Because that's what it was. So that's good to know. We fixed the bug at least. Oh, that's right. I did not want to do that. That's not what I was testing. That is not what I was testing. Why didn't you do... Is that buff creation, right? Character stats. We just had him switch over to the other one, didn't we? So what is this? Yeah, instance or layer, yeah. Deactivate layer enemy selection. I'm just gonna copy paste it, and I'm gonna try it one more time, and I'm just gonna look it over after. That seems to be the right. Seems to be correct. Okay, so if 0 and then I hit enter, it causes a crash. Okay, good to know. We're gonna cause that crash again purposely right after I do this test. I'm gonna finish this bug first before I get to that one. So then if 0, when hit enter, I guess I'll have that. I'll have it react the same as if you hit escape, I guess is what we'll do. See, why doesn't that work? That is interesting. Because the other ones, these assets delete or disable. So why wouldn't you? If we're spawning you onto target layer, enemy selection. And then over here we disabled you, why would you then be an issue? I mean, I know a way we can go around this that would just be, like, easy, but I would rather something a little more efficient. And it's just simply, like, I just put it like an if variable in here, and then just do something like if instance exist, and then we just put, Let's do this here. Like here, we'll make a object here like this, and then we call it object. Yeah, we can call it a spawn reset. Just for my mental keeping. Oh no, we call it parent reset. We'll call it parent reset. Parent reset. And then we'll take these, and then we can throw them in as a child. And come over here. And then we just say that equals true. And we just slap a delete instance in. I think I still have that on copy paste. Right? Yeah. Alright, let's see if that works. And if that logic works, at least, I can maybe try and think of something to make it look a little cleaner. Just a little cleaner. I would like it cleaner. There we go. Okay, good. At least it works in theory. I just gotta figure out mentally how to make that look cleaner. I mean, I guess it's not too unclean, but then it's like, then the question comes in like, okay, well, when you click back onto the spawn itself, or the enemy spawn itself, if the player wants to click back on there, now we need to make sure that when you click back onto it, that if essentially we're going to be looking at is you click back on there, and then it's if any of these variables, so we'll like do each one essentially, if those variables equal more than 1 for their spawn count, then we'll have that spawn in there over the actual these guys themselves, which I think we can probably program into. I guess it so much doesn't matter so much on efficiency, because this isn't going to be dedicated to anything that's going to be attached to mob spawning or running while mobs are running at the same time. So we can just kind of be a little sloppy with it in that regard and not really worry about being at the most optimized in that regard. And we can program it into the select enemy spawn and then have it detect off of that, and then we'll just have it send straight signals over to delete and spawn the represented instances that we need. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay. Let's see, what are we gonna do? Brain. Okay. There'd be any easy way to do this to where I don't actually have to set individual variables in each one? That's the question. guess to make that easier on me, I'm going to want to program that. Trying to think exactly where I want to place this. Let's do a quick save, open up a new workshop here, just so that I can have a few things open and just kind of look. Come on, computer. I know you're slow. You have issues with the engine. I know. Come on. You got this. You can close it. There you go. I had faith in you. Okay, so let's see. Let's also pull up the game. My brain can hopefully figure this out a little bit better. A little bit better mentally. Let's see. So we're trying to respawn the reset number when we come back in here. Oh, we don't need to reset that there. Okay, so if so it would have to be in a press here. So then, and we don't delete this instance. I guess we'll just set them to straight variables. We'll just throw the we'll just click on the box underneath here, and then we'll get the coordinates from that, from each of these, and then we can just have them go there. It's gonna be the most simplistic way to do it. Yeah, that's fine. That is fine. That is okay with me. Let's see. Aren't you a global? Oh, it's in spawn mode, spawn count. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Yeah. Just to be lazy about it. We'll see if that concept works. Actually. Spawn count. Count. There we go. And we can just slap each of these with a greater 0. Okay, and number. And actually, I think I can copy. If I go into here, let's just go ahead and open a new tab here. If we go into here, we can copy the coordinates on each of these. That's what we should be able to do. Taking a break? Oh, that's terrible to hear. I'm so sorry. I really hope you get it when you come back, man. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's so painful to hear. That you actually had to use those words. Taking a break. Oh, man. Oh, lordy. Oh, no. But yeah, we're just going to take that, and then we're going to replace the instance there from number to respawn, or to reset, and that should work. That should work. The farm is hard. That's putting it lightly right now. To be completely honest with you. That is putting it lightly. Alright, let's just test this on a baseline. We're just gonna throw exits in here for right now. Just so this doesn't, like, those don't cause maybe a random bug that doesn't have anything to do with anything. And we have average soul and young souls to test. That'll be good. Mostly C sharp. C sharp's good. C sharp's a good one to learn off of. It's pretty commonly used too, so if you were looking to do like a profession off of it, not bad. Okay, so the plus 300 did not work the way we wanted. That's plus 300 off of that, which is not what I want. Maybe we could make a true variable on this. I can make a true variable on that. Could I just set up a true variable instead then? No, we'll just go ahead and set it. What I was thinking of doing was like when I click this, if these conditions were, if this was higher than 0, here would activate a, you know, it'd have like a true or false, or there'd be a true in here, or turn something into true. And then over in these, I would have something set up so that if that was true, it would automatically do that. I mean, which is completely plausible to be able to do without really any type of issue, but yeah. Oh, I kind of like that. I think we got that. Oh, hold on here. Hold up, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. Hold on, I actually think I got this. Where are we at here? Let's set up alarms to do this. And then we'll make these register the alarms to then do that, and then I don't have to figure out the damn coordinates. Did you really? You're just doing that, Baker, so you don't have to look at coordinates? You're damn right. Judge me. Bam! See, judge me. It's fine. Now it works. Alright, good. I like it. So much easier. Oh, so much easier. I like it. And it's not even, like, really inefficient either. So that's good. That's absolutely beautiful. Okay. And then we come over here. That was plus 300. So we can... Where is it? I'll just do this. Boom. There. Here. Here. And here. Just like that. Okay, this is a quick test. Then that should be done. And then we gotta work on the enter when 0 next. And then we'll have like these little kind of bug things fixed. Boom. Perfect. Oh, what is that? What'd you do there? What do you mean unable to convert string? Why? What do you... I don't know if y'all can actually see these errors as they occur. Oh, you can't. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can actually capture these errors. Boom. Oh, nice. Cool. So these should always pop up whenever I see them, right? Will that actually work now? I won't have to capture these at all? Because like, if I could talk you all through the errors as I'm like looking at the... Oh, that's not working. Oh, that's so disappointing. Oh, that's really disappointing. Oh, let me recreate that error real quick though. Let me recreate that. And we're gonna try it with just Young Soul and see if it's a particular one causing it. You'll be back in 30? Sounds good, Goose. I hope you enjoy your food. Okay, that one works fine. That one works fine. We had Old Soul last time was the one that did it. That one's fine. Oh, here we go. We got it. Okay, so there's some line of code here that I did forget in the other ones. Let me try it a bunch of times with Young Soul. So we got it to work with the Keeper's Guards, and we got it to work with Old Soul, but we didn't get it to work with Average Soul or Young Soul. And we're going to see if we can't make it happen with those, and then if we didn't, we can take a look at the codes and compare. Okay, let me reset this. Oh, why is the reset not working? Enemy count is 0. Whoa. Let me see something here. Let me pay attention to that next. I wonder what's causing that. There might be something within the reset. Hold on. Account. don't see enemy count dropping, so... Okay, so when I hit reset, it didn't delete it like it's supposed to. That's interesting. Why didn't you do that? You work regularly, right? Like you didn't just stop working non-regular, like regular when I did this? The alarm didn't screw something up on that end, right? This should just be a bug independent to what I'm currently just implemented, right? Correct. Okay, so that works fine. That... It's creating multiple instances. Okay, we got it, we got it, we got it, we got it. I got it. That's fine. Okay, that's easy. If instance exists... false, then create. Do we have a no, we don't want to do the reset. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let's do this. And that is number, not reset. Is that what that's doing too? That's doing number as well. Okay, so we got those bugs figured out for these two. That's good. Those bugs have been figured out, so we don't have to go back with those too much. We'll give them a quick test, but they are more than likely figured out. Okay, so if equals false, how that spawn. If equals false, how that spawn. That, and here we are. That was the last one I was looking for. That is not how you spell false. Some of these empty. I have a feeling some of them are empty. No? TKG reset. Oh, that's number. There we go. Okay, cool. Okay. Alright, that should be working now. And we'll have that figured out, and then we can do the... we can figure out the whole enter when 0 thing. After I come back from a break. Beautiful. There we go. That's working. Good stuff. That is good stuff. Alright, give me one moment here. I forgot to actually make myself a thing of gear. Do I actually have something pre-made over here? Yeah, okay. Let me take a look at my gear here real quick. Launch 3000. Okay. Let's see if this works. There. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and I like how that did not hold the timer for me. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and what are you doing? Why don't you want to like do the proper return from break for me? Huh? Timer. 35 minutes. You were working before, bro. Do I refresh you? Or play? Maybe that? Fresh. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and be right back, everybody. I might be back faster than the timer there, but I'm just gonna play it safe and see where I'm at, as I kind of like do this and everything. But we'll see you all when I come back from the break, and as always, definitely be sure to alert. I do only run ads when I am on my break, so it does heavily support the stream and keeps everything ad-free. But we'll see you all when I come back from the break, and as always, cannot thank you enough for those of you that do stay around and have stayed around. Alright, everybody, I am back. Hope I'm good. Hope I'm good. Oh man, that was rough. Alright. So, for anyone that did not see my community post on things that I added in the game within the 2 weeks in between my, or in between the time between now and my last fundraising stream, the little auto reset bot I decided to add into the game, but it is added in a very different fashion. What you're able to do is actually, you can turn it on and off, but there's a transfer amount. Now, I'm sure you've noticed if you've been here for, a little, oh, hold on here. Actually, hold up. Hold up. Turn the ads off. There we go. I had to turn the ads off. But if you've been here for, a bit throughout the break, you'll notice that the level didn't reset at all. And previously, whenever you die or anything like that, it would reset the soul level, but that would be kept into a different file, more or less. So what you're able to do now is add soul points into here to have a transfer amount, which reduces the amount of soul points that you go into the next mission with. And you can eventually get that down to 0, and you can actually have that go above. So you can get more soul points per reset than what you would have gotten regularly. Yeah, a little something I added in there. And then you just hit that and you're good to go, and you'll have your soul points. Just a little something there I added, because I really liked the idea of that whole reset and everything. I was like, it's actually kind of cool, but how could I add that in differently? And that's what I came up with. Alright, 1 second here. Alright, I'm back. My assist is not being friendly right now. Oh, the drain. Okay. The enter button. Let's see if we can replicate that everywhere. Yes. Cool. Awesome. Cool. It's a consistent bug. That's a good thing. That is a very, very good thing. We can do this right here. Very simple. That should work. Oh wait, put an else in there. Hold on. I forgot about the else. It's just gonna run the code otherwise, man. It's just gonna do it. Okay, hopefully this works. That was an error. Let me try that. There we go. Fixed it. Beautiful. Nice and easy like. That's an easy fix. Easy fix. Let's just make this easier. Okay, give it a quick little test. Beautiful. Okay, we got that one fixed. Okay. What would be next? Let's stare at that for a moment here. Also, welcome back, Goose, if you are still here. I hope you're enjoying your food. Okay, let's move these just a little bit. Alright, that can be the next thing. Oh no. Oh no. Come on. Okay. It's gonna be really, really close. I think we're gonna need to reposition this slightly. Concept is there. We just gotta figure this out. Concept is there. Baker, why'd you make 13 buffs? I don't know. Oh, okay, it fits. Oh, thank God. It's a little tight, but it fits. We can pull this up more, though, to be fair. We can pull the whole thing up. Oh, man. Okay. That looks cleaner. That looks cleaner. I like it. Oh, one moment. I'm gonna take a couple sips of my drink. Never mind, my body had different intentions. It was gonna gulp the life out of it. Whatever. There's one thing I wanted to check with this. If those boxes were made smaller, would that... The boxes were made smaller, it would still be a tight fit there. So they would still, I would still want to space them out more. I'm going to space these guys out a little bit more. Let's see, 100. Okay. Let's say 250. I think 250 will look good. Oh my god, I'm so blind. Is it 250? No, it's like 240. Just there we go. I wonder if I can change that font color. Oh, that pink is wrecking me right now. It being code editor? Or would that be considered, or would this be considered a visual editor? Oh. Is a room editor. What's going on here? Confirm dialogues. No. Oh. We got colors here. Chain link color. Isn't that the blue? No, okay. That's a teal. Okay, and then... I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I see those colors here. Oh, I don't see those colors here. Oh no. Object editor, spray image. Oh please. Let me change those colors. Am I blind? Like, I hope I'm blind. Like, I just really hope that I'm blind. I don't even know what you would call that. Oh, it's having a stroke. Okay. How to change the color of the font for the amount of pixels in between. Okay. How to change the color of the font for the amount of pixels that are in between two objects in Maker Studio. Not what I'm looking for. In a room. Okay, how to change the pink color text of the amount of pixels that are between in a room. What would you call this? What would you call this? A room. We'll try just another room. Hopefully that'll work. No, these aren't the questions I need. These are coding questions. I don't need these. It looks like you can't. Oh, that's so painful. I don't even know what to say to that. Oh, that is so painful right now. I'll move around the library. Why were you guys seeing that? Oh, it's frozen? It is frozen. I wonder how long it's been frozen for. Okay, alright, we're back. I refreshed the scene and it crashed. So I don't know what to say about that. That's what that is. That's what that is. Oh well. Okay. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that then. Interesting. Very interesting. I wonder how I fix that without crashing my stream. That is the preferred that is definitely the preferred way to figure that out. I don't know. Anyways, okay, so all that done there. I know one thing I do have to do, which is I'm going to be making the whole enemy enemy spawn overview and enemy stat overview and all that for these guys or for everything, but I'm trying to think what else I may want to do before that. Actually, I can hide this. I can hide that. Why not hide that? There's literally no purpose to it. What? Let's make that the last thing I do. Let's make that the last thing I do. I guess what I could do as a test, just to make sure it does work. Well, that's good, Goose. I hope your food was good. Okay. We'll do, is that a player? Okay, all of those are fine. We'll do that, and then we'll just make this a deactivate, and then from clickables, we'll do player, and do that. Okay. It was amazing. Good to hear. Good to hear. Got you that fuel now. Alright, let's just see if that works in the baseline. Boom. It's looking cleaner. That's already looking so much cleaner. Ah, that's looking better now. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Okay. Alright. So what we're gonna want to do there as well then. I guess we can just keep this going with this. What did, let's see here, come over to you. Do I want to do cap or do I want to do player speed? Let's do this one first. And we're gonna undo this because we know it's very simple. We just leave that up anyway. We can just do that anyways. It doesn't matter. And we're gonna test this out. Spawn active equals false. Okay, that'll be first interaction. We'll make sure, and what we're gonna do here is make sure the player can't move around while this is active, while the menu is active, because they're gonna be invisible. So there we go. Yep, perfect. Awesome. Okay, good. So we do that. We do that. And then what we're going to... Actually, we shouldn't even have to... Guess just to play it safe. Just to play it safe. We go to spawn button, right? Come over here. And we say... Let's do this and do if spawn cap is equals 0. We'll give it the base speed. Okay, let's go test that out. And then this way, if the player doesn't add any movement speed, out of whatever chance that's going to be, it doesn't really matter. It can happen, so that's what I'm trying to prevent here. They don't have a 0 movement speed whenever they spawn things. So that's what we're looking to avoid. So then we can just... I don't think I can do this, right? Yeah, no, I have to have mobs. I was going to say, I think I fixed that so that doesn't happen. Okay, so we'll do that. And so here we can't move. And if we do this, we can move. Good. Very, very good. Alright, let's go ahead and interact back in with this to despawn, and then we'll do a double check on that. Can't move here. Good. And the mobs still follow back down, so that's what we wanted. And boom. And we can move again. Okay, good, good. Looks good. Looks good. Oh, one moment here. Need to clear my throat. What's good, Sci-Fi? How you doing, man? How's the Limb Bible going? Alright, so we got that done there. Next thing... Let's go ahead and get those other things disabled on the interaction, since we have all of that done now. Come over here. And we'll copy that. Over here, I'm going to deactivate, and then do layer player. I'll copy that. Bring that over here. Alright, let's take a look at this. Alright, looks good so far. Boom. Okay, and there's our issue. We need to reactivate layer player on spawn. Be our next one. I think I actually had that on copy paste, didn't I? Yeah. And we'll just change this, that, and that. Only took 45 minutes. At least it'll be the best Limbo guide ever made, man. That's what matters, right? At least it'll be the best Limbo guide ever made. Beautiful. Alright, we're working there. Let's try this one more time with this interaction here, and despawns. Okay, so we re-interacted here. This is interesting. Okay, so when we re-interact here, I don't necessarily want that like that. Now to approaches kit, very nice. I guess what I could do is if we re-interact with it when the mobs are active, if spawn is equal to true, then we'll reactivate the enemy spawn at the same time, and then this will make sense, and it'll also just work better anyways. Because the players more opt in to, like, they can just do that, and then they can come in here, they can adjust to whatever they want to adjust with. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. If equals true here, do instance activate, and then let me just copy paste that. Also leaving a few specific mechanics in his kit for builds themselves, since you have to argue why a base range limbo is actually the best way to play for him. For having too much range / control can, I'm going to assume you're going to say can hinder your overall performance, which I would agree. I would definitely agree. Making Limbo run around too much depending on the mission because you have too much range can really ruin efficiency overall in your kills. What happened here? What is this? What did you do? What are you doing? What do you... What? What are you doing? Don't you have a, Oh, is it because... Oh, Jesus. Okay. I got it. Wasn't there an FA none? Yeah. 130 actually does sound good. It does sound good. Especially for survival. There we go, that looks better. Okay. Alright. Do you get all... No, okay, good. You're not getting all aggressive again. There, we fixed it. Stupid thing. More stupid me, but... because of what it was doing, because it didn't have any text alignment, it was reading from other text alignments that were taking place. And that's what was causing it to look like it was. Which makes sense. I should have already planned for that myself. When I talked about earlier when I made it, I was like, well, we don't need the text alignment because we're going to be making it ourselves. It's like, well, you need to then tell it to not text the line then, bro. So that you can then manually do it, because I have other sources telling it how to text the line. It's a win. Okay. Oh my. Are you serious, Goose? I feel so bad for you. I wouldn't say game of the year. I wouldn't say game of the year. I'll have a good time making it, and I'm going to have a really fun time making guides on how to make it. So the people that are less, like, knowing on how to make games and everything and want to get into it can have a nice engine to get into it and have a confidence that, you know, something decent can be made and all that. I'll do my best. What you're seeing me working on right now, by the way, sci-fi with the library, it's very heavily inspired by the simulacrum and Warframe, but the difference in it is it's what I wanted the simulacrum to more be. So what you can do is spawn to actual enemy cap that's in the game. Your enemy max level is based off of your progression in endless modes, so the higher you get in endless modes, the higher enemy level you can spawn in here. And you can also make your own custom buffs completely. It does not matter what your actual current level is. This will just tell you what level you're actually going to need for it, and then this way you can plan for yourself to actually get to the levels that you need to get to, or know the levels that you need to get to, and all that. But yeah, that's what we're working on currently. And what we're doing right now is just kind of polishing up the look, and then a little bit after that, we're going to be going ahead and working on... Ooh, it's good to know. I'm glad I found that. Alright, so we need to do that whole reset thing that we did with this down here. We need to do that in the buff creations as well. Good to know. Good to know. Beautiful to know. Alright. But yeah, we're gonna be later working on once we kind of figure out all these bugs that we're encountering right now and fixing as we find them. This is currently what I'm pretty much doing now, but we're gonna make it so that when you actually click on these mobs here and put in however many you want and all that, when you set the enemy level, there'll be a box here as well that'll have the base stats of the mob and whatever the current level you have them set to. So you'll know like how much damage they do and all of that type of stuff. What's up, Marion? How you doing? Yeah. Well, we're gonna get this bug figured out real quick here with this buff creation. So when we have buffs up, and we have any value, it's probably going to be all the values are going to do this. I'll just give everything a 1 for right now, just to double check that it is going to be every single one, and then we click over here and all the resets are still here. So we're going to make all these resets despawn whenever you click on enemy, select enemy spawn, and be easier that way. Okay, so and on escape this also does not work, which makes me think here. Yeah, okay, when you hit escape too, that also didn't despawn. I find that interesting when it's put on the layer, but you spawn it, but you create it on the layer instead of defaultly having it on the layer. It doesn't disable it with the layer disable. I don't know why. It's a really weird thing in the engine. I would think it would do that. I would really think it would do that. Like, I shouldn't have to do these extra steps, because the engine should just know this is on the same layer as the layer you want to deactivate, so I shall deactivate it too. I don't know why it doesn't want to say that, but it doesn't want to, so I gotta work around it and add unnecessary code to fix it. Oh, man. Did it end? What do you mean, did it end? Oh, did the stream? No, it should still be going, right? Okay. Oh, you refreshed. Okay. Oh, you said, never mind. I'm catching up here. Take care, Sci-Fi. Thank you for stopping by, man. And I do hope you sleep well. Okay, so we had... This one was player... Oh, this is player stats, actually, we need to do. And it was the resets. Let's go ahead and save this really quick. And then open up a new one. And give this an hour, because my computer is, Just slow enough to make this engine have a stroke sometimes. That's why I open up a lot of new workshops as well. Just helps the performance a bit. We'll just shift open. I don't need them in a particular order. I don't know why I'm doing that. I only open like that if I need it in a particular order. Alright, actually, this is not what we needed. Yeah, okay. I got it. That's what I needed to do. Object, parent, reset stat. We'll do that. Slap you all into here. And then that. We needed to do this escape here too, honestly, though. That was another thing we needed to do. Alright, so let's just go ahead and take this template here, and we can just adjust the template. Put this down here like that. And then grab this. Like that. And then head on over to enemy. And we wanted the escape for this. Not the escape, we didn't want the escape. Well, we want the escape for this, but we don't need it for what I just copied. We can grab this one here like that. Wait, this is not labeled as parent reset stop. And this is, there we go. Okay. When did you start learning scripting? I took a 15-year hiatus, but I learned back when I was like 14 to 17. I learned C++. And then this engine here in particular I've been working on now for going on 5 months. And like I did a little bit of auto hotkey scripting, which I don't really want to like put that into any merit, I guess you could say. But yeah, I did some like auto hotkey scripting in between that. But I did C++ for 3 years, back from 14 to 17. Is this what we want? Is this what I want? I don't think this is what I want. Okay, so we have... Alright. Let's go with one bug at a time here. So the current thing we're working on right now... Character stats here. Clicking that... Parent reset stat. That's the escape. Okay. And yeah. And then that needs to delete that. Okay, so let's get all the resets up. And then we'll hit escape, and then that should clear those resets with it. And then we gotta make it so when we click it back, that it does that whole alarm thing again. Just do one, it doesn't matter. Good. I click that back, and then we're going to need to make those come back up when we do that. Okay, next thing is that. Should be left for release here. So you ended up watching 8 tutorials. I don't know if watching 8 tutorials at one given time is going to help you. What's your roadblock, and what engine are you using? Also, what are you getting into with coding? Anyways, are you coding for video games, or what are you doing? Because there's so many branches out when it comes to coding, so. Good thing to start at your age, though, really early if you want to make it a profession. By the time you graduate, then you're going to put yourself into a really good position. You'll have good resumes to apply for colleges then. With your coding experience, you'll be able to develop nice resumes for that, more or less. We'll call it a resume. Also could maybe even make it so you could bypass that and just apply for places. But all dependent on what you're doing. Piece of paper, though, typically gives you more pay. Typically. Unless you can produce something good enough. Okay, so we click back on character stats. We have buff creation here, and then I guess the wisest way to do this, it's going to be a little bit longer to do it. I don't feel like I need to make a, I mean, I could make an array to make it faster, but I don't feel like an array is going to really do anything in the way of increasing mob spawn count, and it's going to pretty much be instant anyways, so I don't feel that's going to be necessary. But we'll set up for each one of these variables, and if they equal over 1, then it'll set that alarm, and if it doesn't equal over 1 for the alarm or for the value, then it won't set the alarm to spawn. Yeah, I guess that would probably be the best way to do it. I wouldn't say it's a bit embarrassing. Starting is the hardest part of coding. That's what I'll tell you right now. It's the hardest part. It's gonna be your biggest problem. Don't feel bad if you spend a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks on a problem. It happens. That's what I can say. Just keep trying different ways, keep trying different things, looking up different things, and eventually you'll figure out what you want to do. And you'll eventually figure out how to do it for what you're working with. Because what you're going to have to mainly be doing with most coding is just trying to figure out logic. And then once you can understand logic, you can start applying that to how the engine wants to work and everything, and it'll help you overall more. So it's just the beginning learning stages of trying to understand exactly like how something would happen in a video game when it comes to the code that makes it happen. Because there's definitely two different perspectives between being a player and being somebody that's actually looking at the code that's happening. It's a completely different like environment overall, and it's just about being able to make yourself be put into that mindset and then understanding the language that you're working with. And that's nothing but just trial and error and just being persistent. You're young, man. Don't think it's embarrassing. You got your whole forever ahead of you. That's for sure. No, it's just going to be extra steps. We'll just go ahead and do it like this. I was thinking like maybe I could set a variable in somewhere to then like when you re-click it, that variable is what sets off the alarm. And I'm like, well, the variable would be that it's the stored number for the reset is more than 1. That's all you need. Why are you going to create another variable when you have a variable that you have pullable? I guess the only one that isn't pullable, actually, thinking on it, would be HP, because that one isn't a global. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Never mind. That's right. Never mind. Forgive me on that. It is a global. I have it set to a global, and then it gets converted over from a non-global, or from a global to a non-global to then be used in the player because of how my health is displayed. It doesn't work well with a global. That's right. Never mind. We're good. We're good. Okay. So like simple quick test would be create, let's say, let's just do create damage because it's up at the top, is greater than 0, and then we're going to give this an alarm 0 onto, and here into this, and then that, not that actually. Hold on here, before I do this, let me just look at this real quick. I think we're going to be putting it into the stat name, the alarm, and then the stat name alarm will then spawn the reset. I think I'm doing this correctly is what we're going to want to do. Just grab any of them. Boom. Yeah. We're good. Okay. And if that equals true, then we grab this alarm here and we set that to 2. And then we'll come over to here. And alarm 0. And then we'll have this create instance. Come over here, actually. This one here. This is the one we wanted. This goes to here. And then we set this over to reset. Hopefully that works. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. I did that right? Oh, we also need the if. Yeah, we already know we're gonna need this from before. Okay. And let me see here. We'll look at this and we'll see a stat that we can pull. And take a look at this and see what stat we can pull. Create damage should be, yeah, we should be able to pull that stat. Should be able to pull that stat. Did I place you in the wrong place? No. If global create damage is greater than 0. Oh, it's on self. Okay. Yeah, no, that explains it. That should work now. There we go. Little bleh to it. There's a little bleh. See that there thing right there? Why is that? Does this do that? Okay, that does a little bleh too. Interesting. Make your own PC to code? What do you mean? Are you talking about like Linux? Like making your own operating system? That is a fairly monumental task if that's what you're looking to do. I just want to let you know. If you're having issues with roadblocks, you're going to have an immense amount of problems with that. If you want to make your own operating system. I would start much smaller. Let's just kind of see how this looks on a grander scale. Maybe there is a base variable that we can do to skip this when it's not active, so it doesn't run every time. So maybe in the upgrade, we'll just make a true/false variable, and if it's false upon like any of them being made, it'll be true, and then that's what reads into here in the beginning. Will be that variable here, and then it'll read like this. So if this is true, then it reads down here. If this is false, then it just will skip it. It's not really like absolutely needed for performance or anything like that. I think we might do it. Yeah, why not? Alright, what do we want that to be? Global. Do we need to make it a global? Well, if we don't need to make it a global, then we would have to make parents for things. No, we'll just go ahead. Plus we have things attached to other parents already, so it just would not be. It'd be workable. I don't know why I'm putting so much thought into like what I would call it. I think the only reason why I'm doing that is like a lot of these things I'm trying to make in the most plain text possible, so that when I make my teaching guides on everything for all of this, when I'm eventually in a more comfortable spot to actually do that, it's in as layman terms as possible, so that it's the easiest format to be able to teach anybody. So that's why I always try to think of these things as generic as humanly possible to make it easier for that situation. We'll call it... I don't want to call it buff because I already have so many things with buff on it. I don't want to start with that. Otherwise it'd be easy. It'd be like, you know... active buffs. equal true. Let's call it active buffs. And active buffs, because we're just going to make it a global anyways, we'll just slap it into my stats folder here, where I just have like everything in its mother, and then we'll start that at false. And that should be nice and easy. Oh, you mean build a PC. Okay. Oh, build a PC yourself. Yeah, no, building a PC is fine. Yeah, no, building a PC is fine, man. I thought you meant like coding the actual operating system for a PC, like, you know, like Windows. You know what I'm talking like? I thought you meant something like that. I was like, that's a really monumental task. But building a PC yourself, that's not really too big of a deal. There's so many guides out on YouTube for it that are very in-depth and make it a lot harder for you to fail. What I would recommend is just, you know, have one of your older siblings or one of your parents or somebody of the sort like that to sit down with you and build it together with you and everything like that while watching the video guide. And this way it'll be a nice learning experience for all of you. But yeah, no, that's definitely something you're good to do there. Let's just create these first. I guess we just grab template, to be honest. And just do that. We do, no, I kind of figured we couldn't do that. And quick chance, yeah. My brain still says I could do this more efficiently in some way. That isn't required to have an array, essentially. Because an array is just going to be where it feeds in. It's not going to be anything else. I'm just trying to... Is there like... My brain's like, is there just something you could do to where it's just one line of nothing else? You don't have to create anything else attached to that. It just knows what's what without having to work. That's not realistic though right now, at least in my head. Because I know this will work. HP regen kill. I'm really annoyed that the engine works like this though. I actually shouldn't have to do this. If it would just recognize that these things are on the same layer as I'm saying to deactivate. That's all it would have to do. It would just have to be like, oh hey, yeah, that is the same layer. Even though it wasn't there already, you want it gone, too. Let's see, what is that? Slow? we can just replace that faster. My brain was trying to think what's going to be a faster way to just do this as a whole. Actually, it's going to be faster in the other way. Okay. Range. Oh, it's all good, man. It's all good. I don't so much need too much with the brainstorming. I usually make community posts about that, and then this way there'll be somewhere where it's actually more categorized and stuff like that. But it's going to be a roguelite, pretty much. Have endless missions for farming experience and such like that, and then you'll have shorter missions and stuff like that with like small requirements to it that are going to be more in and out based, and then there'll be missions that are like inspired more off of like Mythic Plus in World of Warcraft, and then finally boss fights. I already have a full game design document down and everything. My girl and I sat down for about a week and a half and did that. We are continuously adding to it, but yeah. Let's just pull this out. Actually, I don't know why I'm going to pull it out when I can just do that. Okay, and then we can drop this back. And drop this forward. And then this makes it easier for me to look where I left off. Oh, actually. Boom. That's better. That's actually going to be better for me. Kind of do need the kind of do need that. So is it HP regen? Do that one next. But as for the full in-depth lore story of everything, that's more something y'all are gonna have to wait on to see. We actually do intend to have a bit of a flow of a story to it and everything. Where's armor? Ability speed. Okay, make sure there's no damage here again. Okay, good. I am really not a fan of how that looks. I am really not a fan. I am just gonna get over it. I'm 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 really not a fan though. I really do not like how that looks. Ugh. Were those all 30s? Did I just leave them all at 30? Did I just leave them all at 30? Did I really just do that? Did I honestly just do that? No. Okay, good. Just don't look at it. Just pretend it's okay. Just pretend it's okay. Just pretend it's okay, Baker. You just pretend it's okay. Just pretend it's okay. Just pretend. This down here. Huh? What did I do? What? Okay, actually, I'm gonna rephrase that appropriately. What didn't I do? What didn't I do? Let me just stare at this mess and, like, tear my eyes out for a moment. Give me a hold out. Just what didn't I do was the question. I guarantee you I could just look over here. Oh, you know why? Because we didn't code this. We didn't code this. Hold on. Hold on, I got that. That's fine. Let me just open up a new workstation for this. Oh, that's an escape. You're just absolutely so genius right now. Oh, come on, hands. You can do it. I have faith. Thank you. It just did not want to open there. Okay, those are all done. Let's give it a quick test. Just add 1 to each. I don't know why I always do 100. Almost. Okay, there's some variables that I messed up on. Okay, actually, let's look at what variables didn't work first. Why didn't you just look first? Okay, range. Let's start with range. More than likely it's going to be here, which is over here. First thing to check, range library. Okay, that looks good. Next thing I'll check, range library. There it is. There she is. There she is, and I bet you they're all like that, aren't they? I bet you every single one of them is like that. So it's just, that was by luck they all didn't do that. That's just, it's what... It froze again? Oh my. Oh no, it just didn't... Oh, that's weird, I alt-tab. Why didn't I do that? Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Huh. I thought if I alt-tabbed that it would just close down the game, but it didn't. Sorry about that. You're not missing much. I'm just replacing this value right here. In each one of these, in the alarm. So in the if variable, I forgot to do... In the instance exist, I forgot to change it over from damage on the copy pasta. As you can see in... Actually just finished them all. But yeah, they all used to say for damage, which was the top one that I had, or the original template. So that should work now. What did you first use when I started coding? Because there wasn't many tools available back when I started, I actually emulated World of Warcraft. And, made my own private server that I could personally use to learn coding that way. What I would recommend nowadays, because there's access to so much more, is just pick an engine of your choice. You have like Unity, Godot, Gamemaker. If you have a really good computer, Unreal, and go from there. I would recommend starting with like Godot or Gamemaker. Like those are some of the best ones to start with in the beginning, I personally think. Unity's pretty good as well. Unity's just a little slow on like asset loading and such like that, but That's more loading into the project. That's not like once you're in the once it's in the project. But yeah, Godot is open source, so you have a lot of accessibility with it and manipulation of the engine itself, which is really nice. And Gamemaker is just extremely user friendly. It's I would say it's one of the best for novices out of engines that I use, because I experimented around with engines before I decided upon Gamemaker, and I decided upon Gamemaker because I liked its ease of use, but I also like it's what it's capable of doing, because it can do enough to where what I want done is going to be done. I wouldn't say to the fullest extent, because I don't have the exact mob count I want, but that'll be a whole different thing if I can have the time to actually, like, maybe work around with Godot and make Godot have a visual coder, because I don't necessarily want to use Unity as a commercial use. But using Unity as a non-commercial use to learn how to code, I think is phenomenal. Interesting. Oh, I forgot to convert that into everywhere, the enter. Ah, okay. That was an error. In the upgrade, we only did the damage when it comes to the if it doesn't equal, or if there's no value input. So there's still that error on all the other ones. Ah, good to know. Good to know. Okay, that's an easy fix. Easy fix. Oh. Good. Yep. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and end off here for the night, because I have been up already for a good while. I think we woke up at like 6 o'clock in the morning or something. I still gotta get dinner in me. We're gonna go ahead and switch on over to a lurking stream. In the meantime, though, this will be a 24/7 running stream, more or less. I will redirect over when I'm going. Essentially, we'll have these streams here. Will be set up while I'm talking, and then I'll redirect over to a AFK stream, and then from that AFK stream, I'll redirect over when I'm ready to start coding again. So if you just want to stay and leave it up on the lurk, you'll always be resent over to the new streams as they occur. You won't have to look out for them or anything like that. But give me a few moments here to set up my gear a little bit different on if y'all want to see actually what my gear folder looks like. So when I load into the game and I use for the buff stats and everything, this is actually just what the folder looks like. It's a simple text file. I use an init file, and as you can see, it just has all the values listed there, and I can just freely edit them, and this gives me a lot of freedom and flexibility while I'm actually doing all my testing. Now in Gamemaker, if you wanted to actually have this encoded, they do have a very basic encoding, which is JSON encoding, and it's not like complete encoding, but it just makes it harder to read, is pretty much it. Just makes it harder to read. Yeah, we'll go ahead and set ourselves up for something here. We'll do a 20 times on that. We'll set ourselves up with, we'll say 10,000? Yeah, 10,000. Armor, we'll say 200. Range, I like at 3. Regen kill, we'll do that. We'll do health at same thing. I'm gonna make a really strong kit here, just to let it run for the night. Attack speed cap there. Yeah, that's actually what the attack speed looks like. Even though you visually see 2 there, the reality is it's set to the game speed time, so 120 is actually 2. You think you might head out in a while? Sounds good. Thank you so much for stopping by, though. After we get this set up here, I'm going to be sending everybody over to the AFK stream. I'm gonna get food in me and get myself to bed so I can get up in the morning, and then I'll be back with a full long day of coding. 'Cause, I've been coding all day, so wanted to get this. I had the idea of doing this, and I was like, yeah, I might as well just go ahead and start it now. If you got the idea in your head, you already know you're gonna do some coding. So we got that up like that. So what we will do now, bring this up, panel on over here like this. And we'll take away our countdown timer, and we have our count up timer here. And then we go to mission select, that, and then that. I only I could wake up really kind of at any hour of the day. I just usually, as long as I get like 5 to 6 hours of sleep, then I'm okay. If I get more than that, it's not really great. And if I get less than that, it's not great. But yeah, as long as I just sleep for 5 to 6 hours whenever I sleep, I'm fine. Okay, so that's all set up there, looking good there. Let me go ahead and stop that timer. And let's see what kind of boom. No? You didn't reset on me. Reset. Okay. Why didn't you reset on me? I gotta probably do the update text, huh? You're gonna want me to do that, aren't you? Right? No? Can you... Do I refresh it? I refresh it. That's close enough. That is close enough for me. Let's see here. I need to add one more text in here, actually. One more text in here. Where's OBS? Because I know OBS, I had the text I needed. Scenes, AFK, sleep, properties. It's like that. Close OBS. That. My font. Actually, can I grab hex code? Can you give me a hex code for the font color? Hopefully that's all I need. Where is font color? Here we go. Beautiful. Alright, let's see what this looks like real quick. We'll put this on the bottom. Uncluster things. We're gonna give it a background here. hug this corner? Like that. Definitely did not scale the same ratio. Okay, so grab like that. We have outline, yada yada yada. Let's see, a color, background fill. Is that is like where's the? Why do you do that? Why don't you give me an independent option for that? That's actually disrespectful. I just want you to know that right now. That's actually what I would call disrespectful, but I know how to get around it. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. You do whatever you want to do. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Okay, there. I don't understand why I have to do that, but it is. That's what it is. A bunch of monsters are getting stuck on the right table. They're not stuck on the right table. When they go underneath objects, like the tables, the chairs, and such, or the beds too, their movement speed is slowed drastically. And so is the players if they interact with it. Alright. Let me go ahead and make this new stream here. This would be episode 16. Can I grab you? Yes, I can. Copy you. Get rid of you. Paste you. Setting up the live stream, and then I'll be setting up the redirect and get you all sent over there. Think that... Okay, there's that. And redirect over here. That. Save. Okay. Alright, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and end off here for the night. When we come back tomorrow, we're gonna continue working on the library and getting that done. And I'm gonna redirect y'all over to a lurking stream, so if you do want to continue supporting the development of the game, definitely be sure to leave the stream on lurk. And when I start a new stream tomorrow to start coding again, I will send you over to that stream as well when I do start coding. So you won't have to worry about looking out for new streams and everything. But I do hope you all take care, stay safe, stay humble, be open, and as always, never stop searching. Peace, everybody.